back to the topic on all of our minds of Seattleites, the Seahawks, going to the Super Bowl. And my next guest is headed down to Santa Clara with the team this weekend. But first, NFL sideline reporter Jen Mueller is here on the New Day couch. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, let's talk Hawks.
I know, I feel like you have a cooking show too. Maybe I need to come on that.
We can do that. Also, those alligator choppers, they are brilliant, very, very sharp. If you did not get the disclaimer ahead of time, that's not your fault.
Thank you.
It hurts. It's not your fault.
Thank you, Jen. There was a mushroom that was stuck, and I tried to get it out.
Yeah,
and, well, it's sharp.
There's tools for that. Please don't do that again.
Yes, never again. I want to talk about how you're feeling about the Seahawks right now because I'm on cloud nine.
Yeah, it is really fun, and this group is so close. It has been awesome to watch their chemistry grow, just how much they love each other. And this defense, it is something like Drake May has never seen before. So confidence level is pretty high. Now, I'm going to get a little nervous at different points next week as we get closer to the game. But right now, I mean, how can you not be impressed at what they did the last couple of weeks to get to this point?
And I'm seeing your sparkling good luck ring, too. Bling, bling. Oh, I love it.
There are very few times that I pull out our Super Bowl ring from our win against the Broncos. And I just thought today might be the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I should have. I 100% should have done my nails. Do not look at my. Don't look at that.
Judge.
Yeah,
we can't look at mine either because my finger, the incident.
Right, we're the same.
How do you feel sports fans too aren't taking full advantage of their fandom too? What do you mean by this?
Okay, so this is something that I really want to encourage people to do: is think about sports conversations in a much broader context. Sports is more than stats, scores, and outcomes, and you are a fan every day of the week, not just when you were at the game. So think about the sports adjacent topics. And the Super Bowl is a great example because it is an event. Every sporting outcome or game is an event, right? You can talk about food, entertainment, your guest list, your parties, the commercials, right? Location and travel come into play. So think about all the different ways that you can connect and broaden out those topics so that your connections get stronger and your follow-up opportunities like just snowball on each other.
That makes perfect sense. And you talked too about communication style as a fan, which I think is, are you connection driven or are you information driven? What do you mean by this?
Okay, so there are a few things that fans, every single fan, reveals about themselves when they are talking about a game, an outcome, or a decision. And if you know what you are listening for, this becomes really helpful in business conversations. So, connection-driven versus data-driven. Data, it is all the numbers. If a fan describes the game in terms of quarterback rating, total yards, point differential, turnover differential, you are motivated to have a conversation based on numbers.
Right.
That will be true in your business conversations. If you are connection driven, I care about those stats, but I also want to tell you what the energy is like. I want to tell you where we went before the game to get a bite to eat, who I went with, what I was wearing at the game. I just want to put you in the seat of being next to me. That is also true in my business conversations. And when I know that, now I can actually be more effective at every communication with you.
Across the board, the storytelling aspect. This was interesting. Prize traits and characteristics. Your favorite player isn't by accident.
No.
So if I'm obsessed with JSN, there's a reason.
Yeah, and if you're obsessed with Sam Darnold, there's a reason. Or Leonard Williams. And look, there's no right or wrong answer here. But JSN has been a front runner his entire football career. So he has a very different set of skills versus Sam Darnold, who's had to overcome and rewrite the story. If Sam Darnold's your favorite player, I promise you there is something that resonates very strongly with you about that overcoming spirit against all odds. And, you know, if your favorite player was Richard Sherman versus Marshawn Lynch, there's a reason for that too. No right or wrong, but when you ask the question, now I know what motivates you, and now I know how to connect with you for other topics.
It makes perfect sense. I just got chills when you were talking about Sam Darnold because I feel like everybody has that story. What can you tell me too before we leave? The Monday morning quarterbacks. This is so funny. I hadn't heard of this till you told me this.
Okay, so Monday morning quarterback, right? It's the folks that start the conversation, but. And it is the benefit of hindsight, and we're questioning what the coach did, right, or player did. My brother is the perfect example. Used to drive me nuts. Here's what a Monday morning quarterback does. They do not accept the status quo. Which is annoying as a sports fan and broadcaster. But in business, those are the exact people that I need around me, because those are the people who are going to point out blind spots. They are the ones that are going to bring things to light that I hadn't thought about. I just accept that leaders are making the best decision they can. Maybe I shouldn't do that all the time, right? And so once you identify that, overlook the little tension point in the conversation, look for that in your bigger conversations.
Jen, always a pleasure. Go Hawks, we're gonna win.